right, I'm recording again just in case I decide to upload this, and in case I didn't upload the last run. I learned something about the region in the last run. Move a card from your deck, gain 150 gold, obtain 2 random relics, add additional strike, and defend to your deck. You know, I did this last time, and it ended up working out really well. We get Pantograph, which is terrible, and Nunchaku, every time you play 10 attacks, gain energy. That could be great. I've learned something. What is this right path? That's ridiculous. I am not taking that. There's no way in hell. What I've learned is I should not use the region's actual mechanics. I think that the problem with the region inherently is that you have to just kinda, if you take anything that uses his unique mechanics, you just kind of have to luck into it with other good stuff cards. But the problem I had with the last run is as soon as I started taking stuff that was specifically for the region, I lost the run. And because of that, I just need to take like the most generic good stuff that I can and ignore everything else. So we're gonna hit you, we're gonna hit you, we're gonna hit you. Play a defend just for sport, I guess. And because I guess the Nunchaku helps. That's 12 damage, unfortunately, so that's not great. I can gain 5 block and then just hit you twice. I'll take 7 here. Or I'll take 2, not 7. Hopefully I can draw some attacks to be able to kill him. This is going, yeah, I mean, Venerate, Falling Star. Boom, okay. We're off to a good start. The extra strikes and defense are definitely helping in the beginning. So what do we get? Solar Strike, gain and energy, Cosmic Indifference, Photon Cut. See, this is stuff that's really good to just have. The extra defense could be nice. The Solar Strike, I think, is going to help us, like, if we go more long-term. The Photon Cut can help us as well because it's 10 damage, draw a card, so we get to, like, augment our deck a little bit, which seems really good. What's the upgrade for this? It's 9 damage and then 2. The upgrade for this is 13 damage and then 2. I think we can take a Solar Strike because I'm kind of deviating from the initial plan, but it's 8 damage, which is important. And if we're able to generate stars, then maybe we can put one more card into a deck. And that's the other thing as well. I'm finding that if we take any cards that require stars, we can take 1. That's it. We can take 1, maybe 2. But past that, we can't take any more because then we just have too many in the deck. So we have to really find something that uses stars that is our win condition. Upon trudging through a thick underbrush and making it into a clearing, you're hit with an unplaceable nostalgia. A mix of floral scents, putrid decay, and something else entirely. The scent grows stronger with each step, and you feel as though the world around you is warping and twisting. Overcome with a sense of shifting chaos, you begin to lose your sense of self. Transform a card in your deck, upgrade a card in your deck. I mean, the only card we can really upgrade in the deck is Solar Strike, which I'm not opposed to, but I think transforming a card in our deck to something could be good, but it could also be bad because if it has a star cost associated with it, then that could ruin our lives. But you know what? I'm willing to take a gamble. Gambling's fun. We get Devastate, deal 30 damage. So that's going to be our win con probably then, is this Devastate card, which seems awful, but, because see, now it's clogging our deck, right? You see the inherent problem with this, but we can use that for our win condition because now we can, with cards like Solar Strike, we can just hit him here, and in fact, I should probably Falling Star because since it's at the bottom of the deck, we do this, and then if we are able to play Venerate, which I don't even think is going to end up coming up, then we can play it if we draw it this turn, which we didn't end up doing. 8, and then this is another 6, so that is 14. It's not quite lethal, so I think this is very simple. This is a 2 block and a Solar Strike situation here. So we can hopefully kill him next turn. Yeah. And so we get the Falling Star and the Strike, which is the idea, right? So we don't really need the Devastate. But I am seeing this, but the problem is that these cards can clog the deck very quickly. So again, like this we had a problem with the Ryan stream where it's like, okay, yeah, the Sovereign Blade stuff is cool and we can get this to work maybe, but if we don't have any support for it, then it doesn't work. And if we don't find any support for it, then it doesn't work. But at the same time, the problem, I'm realizing something. That's why the Regent... No, the Regent doesn't gain gold. But I think the Regent, when you do this stuff, is like a shop build kind of thing. Because if you have the cards in the shop and you can get multiple cards at the same time that you know synergize with each other, then it's really strong. But otherwise, we need to take something like a Photon Cut, because Photon Cut is just going to be generically strong. It's going to be good for us all around. And so now that we're playing it like this, I feel a lot better. We can start with Falling Star. Devastate isn't going to do anything for us, so we can do this and this. He's not going to do any damage. He's already on half. Going to draw a turn here. He's going to try doing 6 to us. We have a defense, so we can Photon Cut here, and we can put a Venerate back on top of the deck because we're not going to use it. Actually, we're not going to use a Strike. How much damage are we doing here? We're doing 8 on top, so we're doing 14. I should probably leave a Strike on top of the deck so we can kill him next turn. That's the idea. Yeah. As long as we have another strike, yeah, we have 3 strikes. So this is going to kill him next turn. In fact, we're drawing 3 strikes. This is 6, 12, 18 damage. He has 17 HP. Oh, but he's blocking. Yeah, so I do have to do this. Okay. At least I saw that. But this should be enough. Yeah, he gains 5. So our strikes are enough to be able to take him out. Just enough. And hey, this is the best run that we've had with this guy so far. And it's because I'm specifically not taking any of these cards. Whenever you spend energy, gain 2 block, literally irrelevant, doesn't matter. Glow, 1 cost, gain 1, draw 2. Honestly, the 1 cost, draw 2 can work out really well for us. And now I think it's important for us to upgrade. We're kind of going fast and loose with it, but I think it's working out. And now what do we upgrade? See, now that we're at the upgrade, we can look at like upgrading our Glow, so that our Glow is a little bit better and can actually help us out. But I think the main thing is going to be Solar Strike, because getting that damage in along with gaining 2, I think is really important. Whereas with Glow, it's just like, yeah, you know, it's helping us dig through our deck, and that's all great and all. But we're going to be having more opportunities to play Solar Strike because it actually does damage. It does something. So I think we upgrade the Solar Strike and then move on to the next enemy. And we got the 3 Stooges over here. That's great. They're doing an amount of damage to me that is frustrating, but here's the nice thing. We have Glow, so that lets us draw 2, and we have Devastate now on top of a Solar Strike. So what are we doing here, you might ask? I think what we're doing is we want to, I mean, we obviously want to take as little damage as possible, right? So this is going to be doing 30 damage. We also have Explosive Ampere, which does 10 damage to all enemies. We won't be able to kill 2 of them, but what we can do is we can devastate this guy to kill him, so he's not doing 5 damage to us. And then we can defend, and then we should just be good. We'll only be taking 2, which is fine. We could also get rid of this guy, because this is 30, so we don't get debuff, which might also be worth it. But then we're taking 7, which I don't feel very good about. So this might be worse for the long term. But I prefer this, and then we can gain the block, or we can Solar Strike and then take 7 so that we gain the 2 for the future. Next turn, we might be drawing into Fallen Star, and if we draw in the Fallen Star, then we can kill this guy, and since he's debuffing us, that might end up meaning that we take less damage overall. But if we draw Venerate, then we can Venerate Falling Star and then Strike, which should also be enough to kill. So yeah, let's get the 5 block, and then let's just take 2 and move on with our day. I don't know what you do. That's really the problem. It does make us frail, so we did make the right decision here. We did 6, 12, 18 damage, so it's not enough. He's going to be doing 8 to us. I think really the play here, because it doesn't seem like you're really doing too much, is just to hit you, and then do we do 2 defends here? I mean, if we, next turn, we have Venerate, Falling Star, defend, and then a random card. We either take 3 damage here, and we leave him at 21, or... Oh, no, these are 3 block because of the frail. So, yeah, we want to probably block up, I assume. Yeah, he's getting 3 strength, so we definitely want to deal with this guy as fast as possible. He's dealing another 8, which is horrendous, but that I am glad then that we did the play that we did. I'm going to start with a Venerate into Falling Star here, and then we can Photon Cut. Yeah, I think even though it's well, no, it's not overkill because we do this. We can't play Devastate, so we put that back on top of the deck, and then we deal 9 to you. Maybe I should use the potion here to save the 8 damage, because I unfortunately couldn't block there. But honestly, if I'm only taking 8 block and I'm this late in, that's not the worst thing ever. It's kind of fine. We didn't draw any way to be able to generate stars. That's fine. We can block all of this. This guy isn't really going to do anything as long as we can keep blocking. He's constantly looping this 8 damage. We should have enough for lethal here. We have 6, 12, and plus the 9. Yep, that's going to be enough. And, you know, again, it looks like that we got something going on here. I think that we definitely could have used the potion to mitigate the damage, and maybe that was the better play. But this is working. So now what we got to think about, right, is we have to think about the potential for something like Stardust. And I just don't think we're there yet. I think our Solar Strikes are doing well. I think that more energy gain is something that we should focus on because it's not guaranteed. And we're definitely going down this route, but this is just another good stuff card that helps us out in the long run. We need to go to the shop. I think that's non-negotiable. And then we need to start going up here and then try to get to at least 1 elite. Which I think is going to probably be going down this path. But we need to go to the shop to try getting some more cards to help synergize with everything. Spend some money. You open a dusty box to find a set of 3 elaborate wood carvings. Bird, snake, and Taurus. Nearby pedestal has indentations which match the bottom of the carvings. Which carving will you place into the pedestal? Yeah, we did just have this. Slither, I don't think any of these are very good, I'm going to be honest with you. I think that of all of these, Peck is probably going to be the best one to transform from a starter, because at least then that scales with strength. But yeah, it's all not great. Obviously, Slither doesn't do anything because all of these cost 1 anyway, so it's just actively bad for us. Toric Toughness is like a good card, but it just costs too much for me to care about. So I think that we take this, and the question now is, do we get rid of a Strike or do we get rid of a Falling Star? I mean, we have Devastate in our deck. That is the main payoff. But it might also be nice to have the Falling Star. I guess the difference is if we have Peck, this is doing 1 less damage and it costs 1, but it doesn't require the stars. And we're not really having a surplus of stars. So I think we actually replace the Falling Star. I think that's the way to go. It might not be correct, but I think it's best. So I'm going to do it. Radiate, deal 3 damage to all enemies for each star gained this turn. This has good synergy because this is 6 damage AoE and we need AoE. If we play a Venerate, if we play one of our upgraded Solar Strikes, and even if we play one of these, 3 damage isn't bad. And hey, if we play 2 of them, it could be 9 AoE, which isn't the worst. Know Thy Place. Apply 1 weak and vulnerable and then exhaust. Also good, especially for free. I like the idea of that. I like both of these. Both of these seem really good. Flash of Steel, deal 5 damage, draw 1 card. Also a strong card. I mean, I could take any of these, and in fact, I will. I think that Radiate is good enough that we can take it now. Sometimes it might be a dead card, but I think in a lot of instances, especially if we get more card draw, it's going to do more good for us than harm. Know Thy Place seems like a good card that really gets us off the ground and running. And unfortunately, we don't quite have enough of Flash of Steel, which would be good for card draw, but I think that's fine. This card seems terrible. This doesn't seem great. This doesn't seem great. What about potions? We're going to be going up against an elite soon. Duplicator, it could be extremely good if we're able to use that with our Devastate. Being able to deal 60 damage to an elite this early on seems like a good call. Is that worth it over the card removal to get rid of a Strike? Is the next question. And you know what? I can definitely see the argument for it. It really is kind of a tough decision, but since we just got 2 new cards in the deck, when are we fighting this elite? We got this chest first, then an enemy, then a campfire. We still got a bit. I'm going to remove a card from the deck to give us more opportunity to be able to get more cards in the future, especially because we got that extra strike at the beginning of the run. So I'm going to get rid of 1 strike here. And then we will proceed onwards to a chest. Every 10th attack you play deals double damage. That's something I'll have to remember to pay attention to. And so at this point, it makes more sense for us to go down this path, right? Because then we're not going to have to find Emmy right before an elite. We get an event, and if we need to deviate off the course, we can go around him. So sure, I'll do this. We do need to find an elite, though. We haven't fought an elite the entire time yet, and that can be really bad. This is really good. 30 plus 10 is 40. It's not quite enough to kill, unfortunately. But we can photon cut here. And then, you know, worst comes to worst, we could put Devastate at the top of the deck, block for 5, we take some damage, but... Nah, I'm going to do what is referred to as a pro gamer move. We're going to do this, we're gonna hit you, and then it's like you never even existed. All right. You're putting a Slimed in my deck. That is fine. Well, my discard pile, really. Know Thy Place has come up. Unfortunately, we got a Radiate. That doesn't do anything, but hey, Know Thy Place. And then this is going to do 3 damage 3 times, which is what makes it usable. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to use Radiate, but that is actually 9 damage that kills. Know Thy Place is already finding its place in our deck. Royal Gamble is a really interesting card, but I think it's too expensive because we're not at a point where we can generate 5 yet. And I don't see, like, this is just a win more card. I don't think this really does anything. Gather Light is a similar thing as what we got going on with the Solar Strike. It's just a defend with benefit because it gets to our win condition, which at this point right now is Know Thy Place, Devastate. And so this seems like the right way to go. Crescent Spear could also be good because we have, well, it's because I have a star cost and we only have 1, so it's actually terrible. Gather Light, though, seems like a great card for our deck, and again, I think we got something up and running here. We do have a Solar Strike. I think that we can avoid this guy. I don't think I really care about that because I'm more concerned about not being small. And even then, Gather Light, 7 block, and we get a star, and I think that we are now at a point where this run has gone somewhere. You definitely have to get a bit lucky, I feel, to be able to make this work, but it is at a point where, again, it is doing something. So this is going to deal 4 here to him, and, I mean, it's not even half, which is kind of sad. But we are at 3 stars, and we haven't cycled the deck yet, which is also fantastic. He's going to be doing 11. It might have been a good idea to consider saving Know Thy Place, but we're still in a fine position. We're going to take 1 here. We could Glow, which, you know, if we draw into whatchamacallit. Oh, this is going to do double damage. Every 10th attack you play, deal double damage. So what we could do is we could play Glow and then draw. But the problem is if we draw, well, no, because we're drawing 2 and we're drawing these, which aren't going to do anything. The next attack we play is going to do double damage. So Photon Cut, if we play it next turn, is going to, well, I mean, if we were able to play Devastate, then it would do 60 damage, which would be crazy good. But the problem is, if we don't draw it, then it's not great. But if we draw a Solar Strike, we're doing 18 damage. Is that worth more than the Strike now? He goes down to 20. I mean, he dies either way. I guess the problem is if we, when the hand refreshes, if we draw Devastate, but not a single card that generates any stars for us, which would be, it's not even unlikely. We do have Photon Cut, though. So that brings him down to 10. We should be able to kill him. I think this is the right play. But we'll see. I take 1. He's doing an 11. So I can play Gather the Light here. Let's see what we draw into. We drew into the Devastate. Okay, that is the end of... Well, actually, I mean, we'll keep that. We'll get rid of the Peck. But that'll be the end, because then I play this, and then I play the Devastate. Okay, I think that we've actually figured it out. We have a run going. Gain mana, draw 2 cards. I'm not going to complain about that. A second Devastate is definitely within the realm of possibility. Gain 11 block next turn, gain 4 block. I think it's too expensive. Devastate is our win con, but I think having 2 of them might be a little bit too expensive for where we're at right now. Now, I will say what I was talking about with the gold as well is because of this card royalties. So if we're getting this whole shop thing going and we're able to consistently play this and get that 30 gold coming out, this can give us more cards that have more synergy that can help us out in the long run. I discounted this card before. I think that we take it. We're going to go to the campfire and I'm going to upgrade because I don't think that we need the heal. This only goes to 35. I don't think that's very useful. This is 10 block, but it doesn't give you an extra star. I don't think that really matters. Know Thy Place not exhausting would actually be insane for what we got going on right now. I think the other thing is that we upgrade the second Soulless Strike, which would obviously be really good, but I think Know Thy Place not exhausting, like this card having weak and vulnerable helps us out so much, especially with it being free. I think that's the upgrade. I think that's the best card. Let's move on, see what we got. We have a proper shop just out of nowhere, which is neat. A second Know Thy Place, I don't hate the idea of. We are a little bit low on money, but we can spend it because we just got that new card. If you play 5 or more cards in a turn, draw 1 card at the start of your next turn. Honestly, too expensive. Don't like it. Deal 7 damage, Forge 5. Again, these are sort of those base cards that you need to really get your run going, but we're not really doing a Forge right now, so I don't think it's the right thing to do. Astral Pulse is AoE that I think could potentially be useful with what we got going on. Again, the problem is it might just be a little bit too expensive. How much are we generating when we go through our deck? We're generating 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know what the optimal ratio is, but if we're generating all of the stars that we can, then we do have the ability to play the Astral Pulse, which is important to recognize. We could also just get a potion to make this elite fight easier, which I'm kind of leaning towards because we don't have anything really good. Like Colorless Potion sure is fine. Cure All is good because it gives us an energy, but it's not the best thing I've ever seen, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So I'm kind of leaning towards the Astral Pulse or the potion, but I think we're going to take the duplicator so that when we get the strike, we can just kill the elite on 1 turn. Hopefully it's not like a duplicate elite or anything, but I think that's just going to make everything so much easier for us. And now we're going to get to an elite. We need the relics. It's going to be this guy, which is just great. So we'll start with a glow, and hopefully we draw something good here. We didn't, which is really unfortunate. He's going to put cards in our deck, which is obviously really bad. We have 4 stars, so we can just play this, and then we can hit him. We can hit him. He's already about on half. I could try playing the Cure All to try drawing into a Devastate, which I don't hate the idea of, because the less of these cards that are in my deck, the better if I can do that. And on top of that, I already have the weakness on him. I should have done it first, but I think I'm just going to do it, because if we draw the Devastate, then that's just game ending. So this is going to hit for 16, and then this is 30. So it's 4. Yeah, he's dead. He's actually just dead, right? Wait, no, hold on. It's going to hit for 12, which leaves you 2 off of dying. Oh, man. Oh, I got an idea. Hold on. We drink the duplicate that we just got. So our Devastate is played an additional time. So that I forgot he had vulnerable on him. I literally wasted that. But we can play we can play the radiate. We can play the radiate, and then that's going to bring them all into lethal range. Man, I'm so used to playing roguelikes that have an undo turn button. I'm legitimately carried by them. It's insane. So I mean, here we can kill the guys that are attacking us. We play a Soulless Strike, boom, and then we hit here. We hit here. It was our 10th card, so that kind of sucks, but it's fine. I don't think we could have... Well, no, we could have actually played around the double damage and then Chaku to kill another one, but it is what it is. They are both dead anyway, so we ended up wasting a potion there, but we took no damage. So that's cool. I'm not going to be too upset about that. Unfortunately, losing the duplicated potion is pretty bad, but I also forgot that we should have been trying, because we could have blocked it. We should have been trying to get that extra gold, but it is what it is. Whenever you play a card that costs 2 or energy or more, gain 4 block, literally useless in our deck. Gain 9 block, return this card to your hand, deal 12 damage next turn, draw 2 cards, deal 14 damage to all enemies with the Astral Pulse. Honestly, I think we're good where we're at. The last thing I want to do right now is bloat the deck. We're going to gain 25 because we have the Pentagraph, so we can upgrade a card, and I think it's the Solar Strike, just get 2 more. This is going to allow us in the future to be able to, again, get more... Although we are playing against the AoE guy, so Radiate might be better, but if I upgrade this and I play this Solar Strike with this is allowing us to do an additional 3 damage, whereas if I upgrade this, it's an additional 1 damage, so we need to have 3 of these already for it to have the same impact. So I'm going to upgrade the Solar Strike. I think it's just overall better, and then let's continue on to the boss. And we're at full health. We're doing great. We're doing fantastic. Now, how is this going to be long-term? I couldn't tell you. I legitimately have no idea. But what I can tell you right now is that we are in a very good position to just kill you. That one-shots you. We are doing just fine right now. We're going to take 1 damage here. But we've already one-shot one of these guys. I'm feeling very good about not taking that shit. And, I'm feeling so good. We're taking some royalties as well. We only have 3 block. We're taking how much damage this turn? We're taking 16. We have full HP. You know what? You can do the full damage to me. My defense aren't very worthwhile, so I'm going to choose to do 6 damage to you to save the damage in the future, because I'm sure that 6 damage is going to end up making up for the extra 3 damage that I'm taking now. So now we're in a bit of a predicament because we are weakened for 1 turn. I think now we get a block turn, and then we just do 4 damage to you. So we're going to be taking a little bit of damage here. We're going to be taking, what, 7? Yeah, 7. And now they're going to be buffing, but that's fine. We get a Radiate with a Glow and Venerate in hand, which is crazy good. And a Devastate. I mean, this is just, like, over, right? Play the Radiate. And then... Unfortunately, it's not, which is hilarious. I could gain extra strength this turn. I don't think it's necessary. I'm just going to hit you. You go down to 1. Oh, the nunchucks. Oh, the double damage. I'm actually just going to do 20 damage to you because, like, you are going to die next turn no matter what. Because I can put a strike back on top of the deck to guarantee it. So... It's bad for me to get the damage on you because, well, otherwise the damage would be wasted on you. And here we go. We do 6. We do 9. We do Gather Light. And I definitely think, looking at our star count now, how we're managing this, we can afford to put another star card in the deck. 100%. We could have afforded to get that AoE card in the deck, but... We are at a point where we are generating so much because we are using these cards that we are completely fine. Yeah, I mean, just play it safe, just block. Oh, right, I have the Frail on, so I probably shouldn't have played 2 of them. Know Thy Place is... I mean, we can play it because it doesn't exhaust anymore, which is great. We gain another... We do 2 damage here and gain another 10. 7 block, and then you're doing 9, so I take 2, which is fine because I don't need to worry about my HP going into the next one. Yeah, I have 13 stars. I can definitely afford to get some more star cards now. We got this run off the ground. That's why I'm realizing, yeah, you gotta get the run off the ground first, and then you can start going. So let's get a glow. Let's see what we get. We get a Soul Strike, a cut. Let's do the cut first. Doesn't really do too much. I think that we're willing to just... put a strike on top of the deck here, do a non-9 to him, continue on. He's going to buff himself again. I'm not too worried. We got this. This is going to be no problem. Unfortunately, my draws this turn were actually the worst possible draws I could have got, I think. Gotta pay attention to my nunchucks and my pen nib. So next turn, because of the nunchucks and the pen nib, we want to play the Devastate last so that we get more damage out of it. So we play the strike first, then we play this. We get an extra 1 out of it. This is going to do 60 damage, and we're able to do the peck. Do I really care about taking 9 damage instead of 12? No, I absolutely do not. We goes down to 27. He's going to throw something at me. I really don't care. And now he's doing a lot more damage to me, which is actually kind of devastating, but let's draw into something and see if we get anything interesting. The answer ends up being no. What is our Devastate is still on our discard. If we play Glow, the 2 cards we can draw I mean, Know Thy Place could legitimately be good, but we're really only drawing 1 because of how this is working. So I'm going to put the Glow, I think, on top of the deck for next turn, so it's easier to draw into our win cons. And then we're going to just Gather Light. We're going to just block. It's not like a very fancy turn, but it's just trying to keep us alive. We are getting a little bit dangerously low on HP, but we are still completely fine. What could we be drawing into this turn? Know Thy Place. We absolutely want to do this to try getting Know Thy Place. Of course, it's the last card on the deck, so that's always going to happen, but we can do this. And then this is going to increase our damage by, what, 6? You're dead. Okay. We're good. And we did play it a little bit loose and risky there because, you know, we don't have to worry about health recovering, but we're fine, and we ended up not really getting punished for using that Duplicate Potion, even though the Duplicate Potion is probably better than what we have right now. It's fine. We got a potion back, and Foregone Conclusion I used on the last run ended up being really good. I think it's the one that you take. Neutron Aegis, gain 8 plating for 5 stars and 1 mana as a power. I don't know if I'm a huge fan of this because, yeah, it lets us block up for a while, but eventually it's going to go away, and I don't know if that's worth 5 stars, and we have to build this up, so this isn't really going to be good against fast fights because we build that up over time. Whenever you attack an enemy, it loses 1 strength this turn. I think this could also be really good as a power if we have the opportunity to play it, but I don't know if we have the opportunity to play it. Foregone Conclusion, I think, is going to be a lot better for us just because it's a 2-card tutor, you know, so we can tutor anything in our deck and then just be able to kill the enemy. And it's good with Pen Nib and Nunchaku as well, because since they're staggered exactly in the way that they are, when we play this, if we run out of mana, then we can search for the Devastate, and then it's going to be able to be played again because we get the extra mana on top of being able to do double damage. So if we get that scenario to happen, that card, even if we go to 0 energy, is insane. This is new. I have never seen you before. Pop it, all the way up here. Take these, take. Upgrade 6 random cards. At the start of each combat, add 1 Luminescence to your hand. Retain. Gain 2, exhaust. Replace Divine Right with Divine Destiny. Oh! At the start of each combat, gain 6 instead of 3. Interesting. Yeah, so that kind of confirms to me that this whole star thing is something that you build up over time, because we could definitely take this, but I think that we're generating enough at this point that we don't need to take this. I think I'd rather just upgrade 6 random cards. Then again, our upgrades are kind of stinky. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's like Strikes, Defends, Venerate, Glow. Foregone Conclusion could be good. Radiate could be good. We already have Know Thy Place upgraded. Devastate would obviously be good because it goes to 40. Luminescence isn't bad because it lets us get the extra 2, but I don't think we're having that kind of problem. This only gives us 3 just at the start, which, again, we're not really having a problem with because we have enough to generate that. If we get Devastate on turn 1, it's fine. I'm going to upgrade 6 random cards. They end up all being terrible upgrades, like, just probably the worst set of upgrades I've ever seen in my life. Even, like, it was all basic cards and then royalties, which is just disgusting. But, hey, you know, upgrading basic cards is still an upgrade. You got to look at it positively. So now what are we doing? We have an early shop that we could go to, which has an elite and a campfire, but it's not like the best thing. I'm kind of leaning towards the left path because we can go here, get this elite, go here, and then we can either go here or we can go to a shop. Actually, if we go here, then we can go to this shop at the end, which is also really good. If we take the middle path, then we skip all of the elites to do that. We do need to go to shops because we are a shop build. So I think it is the left path. I've been seeing other people going to these unknown spots more than, like, prioritizing those over fights. So I'm going to do the same because I'm not a free thinker. Know Thy Place, Solar Strike, and then, I mean, you know, I had 1 extra energy. I poo-pooed the upgrade to Defend, but it actually helped us out a lot there. We got a Glow. We can play a Foregone Conclusion here, which would be really nice, and I think I'll Again, I think it's good enough to eat here. Oh, right, that's at the start of the next turn. Well, either way, it's still good. He's not doing anything, so I'm just going to Venerate, so our Radiate is better. It's not like the best damage I've ever seen, but it definitely does something. He has now burrowed underground. We are going to take, obviously, a Devastate, and we are also going to take... I mean, it'd be really funny if I take Royalties here. That would be such BM. I mean, all of your block is going to be removed, so he is going to get stunned, so I need no defense. I think that we probably... Well, Photon Cut actually got upgrade, which I didn't realize, which does make it substantially better. So I think we take the Photon Cut so that we can dig through the deck a little bit easier. And the last card in our deck happens to be Royalties, which is very funny. We are going to... I mean, we're going to use 4 here, but we're going to have 4 left, and Devastate's the only star card in our deck, so it's fine. Let's do the 13 first. Draw 2. Put 1 at the top of the draw pile. What are we going to put at the top? Probably just a Solar Strike, right? I think that's the best one because we're just going to play it next turn, obviously. We're going to Devastate you. Boom. And then I'm going to be, I'm going to be a greedy guy here, and I'm going to get that 35 gold because I don't think that we're going to have much of an issue with you. You're doing 13 now. We get the Glow, we get the Foregone Conclusion. We could just play Foregone Conclusion and then 2 Defends, but the Foregone Conclusion, yeah, we don't have it in the deck, so it's not really going to do too much here. So I think the best thing to do here is just Solar Strike, block, and, like, we're not really looking for anything specifically off of Foregone Conclusion based on what we have. Like, the best we'd be doing is, like, Radiate, Venerate, but with how many cards we have in the deck, it doesn't really matter. So I think it's bad for us to just do it like this. Ooh, I guess we can play it then. I wasn't paying attention to the nunchucks. So that means we can just get our highest damage thing in our hand guaranteed, along with Know Thy Place, which is obviously going to increase the attack quite substantially. So we do that, and this is going to now do 27, which is obviously really good. We don't have any draw in our hand, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. We do this, we do this, we do this. You still have the debuff on you, so that doesn't quite kill, but... Hopefully next turn we're going to be able to do enough to be able to get the shield off you. Fingers crossed. I desperately hope. Oh yeah, we drew Devastate. Yeah, it's never been more over for you actually. Devastate, strike, you're dead. Okay, we took no damage. We're doing great now. I'm feeling very confident about us being able to get through this run, especially because we're getting so much gold. We're really going for a shot build. And I think Black Hole now, because it's when you spend or gain. We're gaining enough that this is actually very useful, and it only costing 1 is huge. This is definitely part of our win con at this point, so we're going to take it, and we're going to continue onwards to this mystery thing. You come upon a faintly glowing key and go to pick it up. Been looking all over for that key now, if you don't mind. This person looks like bad news, but maybe it's not good to be judgy. I'm just gonna tame the 100 gold. I'm like, that's kind of part of what I'm doing, and frankly, I'm not confident enough. Like, I don't feel like I'm running over enemies enough to just be able to fight this guy, without knowing what he does. So I'm just going to humbly take the gold and move on with my life. So where are we going from here? I'm trying to remember myself. Oh boy, we got these 2 chuckleheads. And, we got a very unlucky draw here to start out with. Let's start with a Photon Cut. Maybe we can draw a Gather Light. That's very good for us. And, I'm realizing I should have hit this guy first, but we can kill this guy, so it's not really that big of a deal. Let's put, our big defend on top because we're going to be using Gather Light and Devastate to be able to dispatch this guy. So, do this. Do this. He's dead. Again, should have attacked him. I recognize that. That would have been a better play, but we're going to end up taking 8 from that, unfortunately, but we can gain 16 block. We can also Black Hole as well this turn, which is going to be really nice. So we'll do that. We'll end turn. Unfortunately, we're a little bit behind on the star count, but this stuns him, so it doesn't really make a difference. We'll play Royalties, of course. We'll do Glow here. Know Thy Place just because. Why not? And... yeah, I mean, there's no reason to use Foregone Conclusion because we'll be drawing into it into the 30 cards anyway, so it's a pointless card. He's doing it off 15. And you know what? Even though we took some damage from this, I think this ended up being the best outcome for us. So we can Solar Strike, and then Radiate, and then, yeah, you're just dead. Okay. that ended up working good. Next, next combat, the first attack that we do is going to be doing double damage, so that's something we should remember. Comet. This is, I got on the first run, it ended up being awful. Now I think Comet is actually useful for us. It's going to be a dead card at times, but we're generating enough stars that's actually useful. And I'm realizing now that the star cards, if you have the right setup, can be so powerful that they are definitely better to take, like, when you get later into the game. So now, because these can only take 9 damage at a time, this is a little bit spicy for us. We can Know Thy Place. We can do this, which is obviously only going to do 9, which is really unfortunate. We get a Devastate, but it doesn't really matter. So you know what you do? I think you put the Devastate at the top of the deck to use next turn, and then you play a... This is going to do 3 damage to all enemies 3 times, so this is going to do 5, so it's going to do 15 to all enemies. So if I do 9 to you, you go to exactly 15, but you don't die, is the issue. I am going to put up a Defend. So that Defend is... This is 9 damage. I take 1. If I kill you, I take 0, but you're all going to be... Because you're only going to have 1 HP. So yeah, I think I do this. 15... And then this is going to do 15 to everyone. And by the way, I did forget about Pen Nib, but it also literally doesn't matter with this. Oh, it did. Oh, right, because he has the weakness on him. I accidentally made the correct play. What can I say? I'm just that good. These things just happen naturally with me. So next question is, what do you do here? Well, the answer is simple. You do 9. You do 9. And then you just block the 8. And simple as that. He doesn't even have anything. He's probably going to buff himself next turn. So because of that, we can just strike him. And we took no damage from that, which is really great. It means our AoE is legitimately doing really well. Child of the Stars as well can also potentially be good for us, because we are spending that energy. We are doing it. And this is just a passive thing, so that means that our Devastate, when we play it, is naturally generating 12 block, which is really good. I don't think that we need Astral Pulse. I think that our AoE tool that we have now, the Radiate, is actually doing enough that we don't need this. I think that this, if we can get it to be played, especially in a longer fight, is actually going to be invaluable. So I'm going to take that, and it's upgraded as well, so that makes it even better. We're going to move on to the Campfire here so that we can upgrade something. What are we upgrading? Well, that's a good question. Unfortunately, the Black Hole actually hasn't really come up yet, but we've only had 2 fights with it, and we didn't see it at all in the last fight. I think that we just upgrade the Devastate. I mean, this is the main tool that we have right now. Comet can also be good because it applies the weak and vulnerable, but I think, well, and it's free as well. That's another thing to consider. But the Devastate we know has been working, and we know we can set it up, and we know we can set up easy, and the difference between 4 and 5 stars could come up. So I think that the Devastate is what we take. Gather Light could also be good. It has come up when we've taken the damage because we don't have that upgraded. Glow could also be good because of the extra 2, especially because we have Comet in here now. But I'm going to take Devastate because this is our win con. As far as I'm concerned, it is our win con. We need to take it. I also didn't check to make sure I'm going the right way. I am. Okay, good. All right, so what do you got here? Well, you have Artifact, so it negates 2 debuffs. So, I know how to deal with that. Crazy. Let's do a Photon Cut here. Let's see if we can get anything good. We don't, so I'm just going to defend here. So that means we're going to put Venerate at the top of the deck just in case we need it. Defend, and we should be good to go. Pay attention to the Nunchaku here. There's a couple of days, which is obviously really annoying. We can play here. We don't have any block, so this is going to be devastating. I think we need to use... What do we use here? Do we use the Flex Potion, or do we use the Potion of Binding? If we use the Flex Potion, this is going 2, 4, 6. We're generating 6 from this. This is going to do 6 times 3 to all enemies, which is 18. So 9, 18. It's 36 in total, which obviously isn't enough. If we get the Flex Potion to gain 5 strength, then this is going to do 8 times 6, which is... Oh my god, 48 on top of the 918 plus 5 that we do. I mean, I don't think I need to do the math. I think that just kills, right? I think that just kills you anyway, who's going to try to ruin my life here, since I don't have blocks. So I think that we do it. We take the flex potion. We do 14, which is 48. And then this is going to do again. How much is this doing? It's 62, 4. This is hitting 8 times 6. No, it is 48. It's exact lethal. Yeah, I hope I didn't mess the math up there. Oh, we get a peck anyway, so it doesn't matter. We still needed to do that, though. We still needed to use the flex potion, so we didn't take damage. But it was a good use of that. And then choose a card in your draw pile and add to your hand. Seems like a good one to have. Quasar, I know that card is useless. Cosmic Indifference, 6 block, put a card from your discard pile on top of your draw pile. Honestly, that seems insane for what we got going on. Let's go to the elite. I need to be careful about our deck size, but I think that definitely can be useful. Now, we got this guy we got to deal with, which is aggravating. So we're going to hit you first, so that if we're able to play the Devastate, then we can. Unfortunately, didn't end up doing that. So this is a little bit tough. It's only 1 weak and vulnerable, which is not great. I don't love that, but it might be necessary to keep us alive. I am realizing that the droplet of precognition probably would have been best. But I mean, then again, if we do that and we get like something with the stars, get stars, and then we like hit this guy, then I mean, yeah, he dies, but then he comes back next turn. We can't kill these two, so it's maybe not the best thing. I'm gonna start by taking a colorless potion and see what happens. Gain additional 5 block from defend cards. That is, I think, probably the best thing that we can have right now. Because that means we don't really have to play Child of Stars on this turn, which is really important. So what are you doing? You're doing 10, 18. You're doing a significant amount of damage. I'll just leave it at that. I'm going to save this for a turn where the weakness and the vulnerable actually makes a difference. So I'm just going to block for 26 and then end my turn. This ended up working out very well for us. Yeah, we're going to take no damage here. Now, he is going to upgrade, which is terrifying, especially because he's doing so much damage. But we can do Know Thy Place, which is great. And unfortunately, we just ended up drawing the actual worst hand of all time. So I'm going to do this. And I hate having to use this, but unfortunately, it just is what it is at this point. I can kill you, which might be necessary. So the question is, am I doing Gather Light and then Devastate and then... Well, no, because in order to be able to kill him, I have to actually hit him with Soul Strike. I guess the question then is, do I want to kill him? That is an interesting question. I probably do, because I'm not really gaining any block, right? Well, no, because if I Gather Light, then I'm gaining 7 block. You're doing 10, so it's a net difference of 3. But then I can Devastate on, like... Well, I mean, I can Devastate on you. This is tough. And just get you low. I can also Radiate. That's another thing I have to keep in mind. And I also have to keep in mind I have Weak, which I didn't realize. So this is 2 damage to all enemies for each star gained this turn. So if I... get Solar Strike, then I get 2, so I do 4 damage to all enemies, which again isn't great, but it is something. I can get them all low, and then I can play Cosmic Indifference and then put something on top of the draw pile. This is a really tough decision, man. I gotta tell ya. I'm gonna Gather Light. It seems like the right play, because I do the 30 damage to, let's say you. So you go to 18. And then Right. This is only going to do 1, but that's fine. And then I Radiate to do the AoE. And then I Cosmic Indifference, gain another 6 block. And then I put something on top of the draw pile. So the question is, what do I put on top? And I'm probably going to draw into a lot of Radiate cards, but I probably want Proton Cut so I can guarantee to kill at least one of you. That's at least my thinking anyway. But actually, if I Radiate combined with the Potion of Binding, if I can do that next turn, that's probably going to be best. So I am going to be taking some damage here, which is unfortunate, and I'm kind of starting to feel like the run's falling apart, especially because I got that 2 weak on me now, so it's going to cause all my damage to get worse, which is horrendous. And it's once again the worst hand of all time. Okay, this luck is, like, actually horrendous. This is some of the worst luck I've ever seen in my life. Because now our Radiate is useless because all of our Stargain cards are on the bottom of the deck. So I unfortunately have to do this on a turn where I really don't want to, just because I need to prevent the damage from coming in. So I can then do this, and then that's gonna kill you, and then I can, I guess, Foregone Conclusion. So that's going to limit some of the damage I take. So I'm only going to take 1 here, but I'm out of potions, which is just bad. Yeah, it's funny how these elites end up being harder than the bosses, am I right? Okay, so I think what we're doing here, I still have the weakness on, so that's bad. I think I'm going to have to take some damage here, which is not what I want to see. But I think I take the Black Hole, and I think I take the... Because I have, like, no block. I take the Solar Strike so that the Black Hole's actually going to guarantee do something. I get the Glow, which is good. So I do this, and then... Again, it's 3 damage, so 3, 6, 9, 12... And then this is another 6, so it's 18 damage. It doesn't kill. The last card I have in my deck is the block. So if I glow and then block, I'm taking 14. Yeah, I mean, I was kind of hoping this wasn't going to go down the way it did. But, like, again, these are the most unlucky draws that you could get, I think. So yeah, we're going to gain the 13 block. I'm taking 9 damage, which is, again, is horrendous, but I have no choice. And then he's regenerated as well, which is, again, just terrible. And I have no potions. This is looking really bad. At least I got the Devastate without being weak. So that is going to do something here. You're doing 18, so you have to be dispatched. This is 40 damage, so I can kill you in 1 hit, so that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to Solar Strike here, you die, and then that's going to do damage to everyone. And then I'm going to put up 13 blocks, so I'm taking minimal damage, and then hopefully I'll be able to kill this next turn, all of them, but it's looking really rough, especially because I just got hosed. Draw 2 cards. What do we get? Dude, if I get Gather Light and Child of the Stars, I'm going to lose my mind. You need to die. I got Strike and Child of the Stars, which, like, honestly isn't much better, but it is better. Throw Defend back in there. Mainly because I can't use Radiate, which is just... horrendous, but I won't take any damage this turn, which is important. Yeah, some are saying they're the worst. I forgot about nunchucks. Some are saying they're the worst draws of all time, and I would agree with them. Like I said, some are saying they're the worst draws of all time. You're doing a lot of damage, so I need to kill you, gain 7, gain 10, Radiate. Go down to 20. You're going to come back. But at least they don't have the extra strength. So that's like a good thing. It's absolutely a good thing. You're doing the most right now, so I'm going to hit you. I can guaranteed kill you. Put Devastate on top. Again, my draws are horrendous right now. I don't really have anything that I can use Cosmic Indifference on. I can... shit, man. I take 9 or I take 8. Either way, it sucks. I'm gonna do this. Like, they're actually just the worst draws of all time. Actually, I can Cosmic Indifference to take 0 damage. And then I can put... I know that I have Devastate on top of the deck. So if I have Devastate on top of the deck, then as long as I draw something that can gain, as long as I draw like a Solar Strike, then this is actually going to do something. Oh, but I'm going to get debuffed, so it's only going to do like 4 damage, which isn't good. If I put a Solar Strike on top, then I can guarantee kill the guy on the back. Oh, sorry, that's my... Never mind. If I put a Photon Cut, then I can guarantee kill the guy on the back and draw 2. So that's probably the play. Oh, man, this is such a back and forth. I feel like I've stabilized at least. So I'm not, like, at huge risk of dying, but every turn that gets taken is more chip and... So you're dead. Draw 2. Top of the deck is... I just can't play Child of Stars. I can't. I can play Glow. Well, I can play Gold next turn, I should be saying, but I just... Yeah. God, I have no fucking block this turn, dude. What am I doing here? I mean, I'm killing one of you. I'm killing the guy that's doing 10. So that means 2 are going to die in 1 turn, which means hopefully I can kill next turn. So I need something that does damage, which I guess is the closest thing to that's going to be Glow, right? So you are just killing. Yeah, you're just killing. So I hit you, and then I deal 30 to you, and then you're on 13. I'm going to take another 6, man. This was such a bad and long fight, but God, this better be it. If I can't do 13 damage here, and, well, that's why I stack Glow at the top of the deck. That's enough. Oh my fucking God. I mean, we got through there. I felt like the draws at the beginning were really bad, but the AoE definitely isn't enough to deal with all of that. Don't play any attacks during your turn. Take an additional mana next turn. That's something I can remember for the future. None of these I want. One Cosmic Indifference is like fine, but it's not working the way I had envisioned it, and yeah. Whenever you play a power, draw a card. How many powers do we have? We have 2, which honestly isn't bad. It's not bad for us to have that, but... So where are we going now, you might ask? Well, we're going to take the additional campfire. I'll tell you that. And I don't think that there are any cards we really want to upgrade. Like, even regardless of the rest or not, the cards that we can upgrade aren't great. Cosmic Indifference giving more block is fine. Comet we really haven't had a chance to use, shockingly. Black Hole as well, we just haven't had a chance to use. I don't think that they've gotten their time in the sun, but it's not been great. Let's move on here. Remove 2 strikes, add an ultimate strike. Remove 2 defends, add an ultimate defend. Are we suffering with damage or are we suffering with block? I think after that last fight, we're suffering with damage. I think having a 14 damage ultimate strike could be better than having the normal strikes, and I think our defense are fine because most of them are upgraded. So I'm going to do this. We get 14. Thank you very much, sir. So you're going to debuff me. You're going to do 13. I mean, we can immediately Black Hole. I got to be really careful about this. This is 8 block. I can Photon Cut. Instead of Black Holding, I can Photon Cut, but the AoE might actually be important here. If I do this is going to do an additional 6 to everyone, which could be good and get us more. And then I can defend. I take 5, which isn't good, but the problem is if I photon cut and then I draw like anything, I can't use it. So this is going to be good for the rest of the fight. So I'm just going to do this. Ooh, I didn't realize we drew a card. It might actually be a 2 defend situation here. It might be. And I'm assuming, like, I don't know what you do, but I'm assuming that the debuff you place on me is that my blocks are worse. So if that's the case, then I obviously want to manage my damage a little bit. But I guess I do need the Solar Strike because I need the stars, right? So we'll do that. We'll gain the 8 block. I'll take 5. It's not good, but... Oh, no, you do make me weak. Okay. You make me weak for 1 turn. So we do get Comet. 24 damage, 3 weak, 3 vulnerable. Actually is probably good on you because it's 3 weeks specifically. And then if I play Child of Stars, when I spend 5, I'll gain 15 blocks, so that just naturally blocks you. We're starting to get the powers online, and when they're online, they are working. And then I can deal an additional 6. I can Venerate for 2, which, I mean, I'm going to do. That's going to do additional. And then I'm going to... You're weak, so I'm just going to... try to focus you down before you get out of control. And then I guess I can do this because that's going to do an additional 3. I guess I'm not paying enough attention to that. I gotta say, this is one of the turns of all time. He is weak and vulnerable, though, so that is a consideration to make. I don't think I really need to play royalties, I'm going to be honest. This is... 18 damage. It's not enough to be able to get rid of his block. It's just over half. Defend is always going to happen. Know thy place. That's exactly lethal to be able to kill you, which is huge. And then Foregone Conclusion actually does next to nothing. So I'm going to actually play the royalties just because Foregone Conclusion doesn't do anything. We took 9, which again is like devastating, but it is what it is. We have a Devastate, which we're probably going to play. Let's Glow first because we don't really have anything else we can play on this. So we do this first, just depending on what we draw. Know Thy Place doesn't really do much. We'll hit him here. He's down to 7. We hit him here. I guess it didn't matter. He's dead. Okay, we took 14 damage there, which is not good, but... it could be a lot worse. I have dealt with a lot worse. We play Sovereign Blade, deal Forge, Retain. Oh, this isn't discard at the end of the turn because it's automatically upgraded. Just gain 9 when we can have 5. Yeah, sure. I mean, this is just gain 4 once during the game, which is, I think, good. Can we afford to lose 15 HP? We got a shop, and then we got a campfire, and then we heal 25 with Pentagraph. So if we lose 15 HP, then we go down to 21, and then we go up to 46. I don't think that we can do that. If I pick this, I'm going to regret it. Deal damage equal to the turn number to all enemies. You know what? I'll take that. I don't remember what the other 2 do, to be honest with you. But I think that works out fine for us. Stardust could be a crazy card, honestly. A second Royal Gamble, but not upgrade is tough. What about Trinkets? We have so much money right now. Production could also maybe be useful. Whenever you enter a shop room, heal 15. A little bit late. Every time you play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain 1 strength. That is not bad. A random card in each card reward is enchanted with Swift 1. Also not the worst. But I don't think these are anything I really care that much about. I think that we can definitely take Stardust. I think that after that last fight, having more AoE is something that would be very beneficial to us. We need potions, apply 3 weak, colorless cards, power cards. It's free to play. I think the power cards could go crazy with us. I think that the weakness is probably going to be important when we get to the boss. So I'm going to do this. The colorless card could be hit or miss. We know that's always going to be good. Production is... put a skill from your draw pile into your hand. And then exhaust. Honestly, it could let us get, like... This is basically a second copy of Venerate. That is more flexible because we can use it for, like, block or skill. There's a reason why it's legendary. Yeah, I'm going to take it. Production... I could definitely see being useful, but I don't think it's so useful for us that we care that much. Neuron Ages, gain 8 plating for 5. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to take it. I know that the deck is getting big, so just for you, I'm going to cut this Peck, I think. This has never really been useful for us. Is there anything else in here that's, like, really bad? Maybe the royalties at this point, but no, I'm getting rid of the Peck. And then let's proceed. Go to the campfire. And we're going up to 61 HP. I think that's fine. If we upgrade Secret Technique, it doesn't exhaust, which... just always having a second copy of Venerate if we need it is... I like the idea of a lot. Black Hole for a long fight as well, doing that extra damage could also be really good for us. I mean, this is also block as well, right? This is defense. Yeah. It's the highest rarity card. All right, it's you. Okay, so what are we doing here? Not a lot. Is there a skill that we want? I mean, yeah, we do want Glow specifically, right? We want Glow to be able to draw 2 so we can maybe do something better with this hand. All right, perfect. It's already paid for itself. It's already paid for itself. Do this. Play... I mean, this is 21 damage. We're always playing this. This is 4 damage, so this is 8 if we play the Venerate, but we also get the stars, so it's 1 less damage than the strike. But we get to do it like this, which is fantastic. The Frantic escapes. It's doing 16 to us. We get Comet, which is, like, really good. And it's free. So he's only doing 12 now. So I could play royalties here. And honestly, call me greedy. It gets the card out of the deck. Oh, I'd rather Black Hole. Okay. Wow, he's doing 21 now with the weak. That's crazy. What do we got here? Like, actually the worst hand I've ever seen. Let's do... Like, no, this is legitimately the worst hand I've ever seen in my life. Power Potion, see what we get. End your turn. The first 2 cards you play each turn are free to play. I mean, honestly, I'm already ending my turn anyway, so... I mean, yeah, this is the only card that's good, but it's actually usable. Yes. Oh, Stardust. It doesn't do anything. Yes. And then power ends turn. I don't want to play the Stardust. That's a lot of damage. It's free, including the star cost. That's fucking crazy. Oh my god, that's actually busted. It doesn't matter what we get here. We're just drawing our entire deck. I mean, yeah, if this is free, then we just play this for free, right? I don't see what else we're doing. I mean, we could Photon Cut and then get lucky with our draw, so I suppose order-wise we do this first. Make sure we're paying attention to our Nunchaku and our Nib. And yeah, we do end up drawing into Comet. But it ends up being better for us to play Royal Gamble, right? So what are we putting on top for next turn? I suppose a Glow. Not really interested in playing it this turn. So we are going to Royal Gamble. And then we Comet. We go down to 5, but that's fine. And then we can Cosmic Indifference to put the Comet back on top, which seems really good. Solar Strike, Escape, and then Cosmic Indifference. Comet goes back on top. It's going to do an additional 33 damage. And next turn, it's going to be double damage. I literally just paid attention to that. Is there I think we actually don't want to play the skill. Do we want to play the skill? I can't remember if we draw if we play skill or not. I guess if we well, no, yeah, because we don't. Well, no, because this is free. Yeah, so if this draws a card, then okay, it didn't. Okay, I couldn't remember. It didn't end up making a difference, but yeah, I mean, this is just know thy place. Well, he already has weak and vulnerable, right? So we do comment here. This is gonna do 99. He goes down to 23, and we. I mean, I guess we draw 2, I guess. Secret Technique puts a skill in. What are we getting to our hand? I guess Foregone Conclusion guarantees that we kill him next turn. I mean, he might be dead this turn. I don't know. What's he doing to us? He's doing 14 damage. I literally don't care. This is only going to hit 1 time. So we play this. Know thy place, just to increase the count. How many turns until I die? In 2 turns, I'll be eaten and die. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. I'm just playing both of these anyway, right? Play this, and then we deal 3 to him, and that's it. He does a little bit of damage to me. It's fine. I'm on 30. I put 2 cards in hand. The Devastate is going to be free. Dude, if this card was just in my deck naturally, holy... And then, I mean, he's already dead. It doesn't matter. Cool. First time getting through Act 2 with this dude. We are figuring it out. Okay, then. Forge 30, absolutely awful. Guards, absolutely awful. Another royalties. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's actually kind of tempting. Because I feel like we can play it. And being able to get 60 gold instead of 30 at the end of each combat. Like, we're playing it on bosses, you know? It clogs the deck a little bit, which is what I'm scared of. Do we really need another one, though, when we're going into the last act this late on? I mean, maybe if we play this even 3 times, that's like another potion. That's another card we could potentially take. If we play both of them specifically. But even if it means we can play one of them more often, it might actually be worth it. Like, we have to recognize how we got here, you know? We have to recognize our journey getting here, and our journey getting here was through the shops. It was the shop build, and it is working. I seek audience with Nanu Pepi. Such beautiful robes you brought from faraway lands. Have your minions bring you closer, and I will bless thee. Add an Apothis. And they upgrade all your cards. Exhaust. Gulp. Upon pickup, gain 999 gold. Okay, well, there goes, like, the... There was no point to putting that card in my deck. Okay. Gain mana at the start of each turn. At the start of each combat, shuffle 3 dazed into your draw pile. I mean, I'm actually tempted to take this Apothis, upgrade all my... Well, no, because all my cards are already upgraded. Yeah, I'm taking the ring. I'm taking the ring. Oh, 999 isn't a cap. Okay, well, the 30 gold doesn't matter, so that card is now just a dead card in the deck. Hey, I'm gonna run to the restroom real quick. I don't know if I'm really going to edit this, so if I don't, just skip ahead a minute. Professional, it's the variety channel, okay? I don't use this channel for anything, so no effort. I'm here. Okay, so because we have so much money, there's no reason for us to fight any elites. So why take the risk? There's no reason for us to fight any enemies. There's no reason for us to fight any elites. What we need to focus on is going to shops. That is the number one thing. And, you know, if we can get chests on the way too, that's good. But that's the number one thing we need to focus on. So because of that, we need to try getting to this shop if we can. We get a chest from doing that. Oh, but then we miss. Okay, so we can only get one shop. The way that this map is laid out, we can either get this one, we can get this one, or we can get this one. That's it. So obviously we're going to want to go for campfires and the chests. So the only way that we can really do that is going the left path. I mean, it's one of these two, but if we go this far left path, we can go here, 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 boom, boom, boom. We can go here, get the fire, get the chest, and then we can probably go like either here or here, depending on what we want to do. We can go around. We can basically dodge like every fight and just go straight to the boss, which I'm kind of down for, I'm not gonna lie. So I think that's what we're going to do. So what do we got here? I guess we start with, I mean, this is actually a bit of a tough one because I obviously don't want to take the damage. This is 15, 21 damage. I can get 8 block, so I'm taking 13 off of that, which doesn't seem great. I'm really tempted to use a flex potion here because I think a flex potion just kills both of them outright. If I use a flex potion, this is going to do 10 damage, 40, or it's going to do, yeah, 10 damage 4 times, so that's 40 damage after I play the 2 Solar Strikes. And the Solar Strikes themselves are going to do 14, so it's 28 damage. So it's actually not quite enough, unfortunately. But if I use the Photon Cut as well, it does. So I'm going to do it, as long as I did the math right. Oh, it's not going to kill the Living Shield, I just realized. But it's fine. I mean, the main thing is dispatching you, so I'm going to dispatch you. Oh, and we can play Devastate now. That's and Know Thy Place, so that's definitely going to be enough. So we put this on top of the deck. We do Solar Strike on you, Know Thy Place on you, and then this is going to do 10 damage plus another 15. Oh, sorry, this is going to do 10 damage 5 times. Oh, if I play Devastate, it would do 10 damage once, I just realized, so that's not really going to work out the way I had expected it to. But this should still kill. Yeah, okay. Okay. I forgot that was single target and not AoE, but it didn't matter. It ended up being correct. Knockout blow, deal 30 damage if this kills an enemy. Gain 5. Nope, it's too expensive. Gain 12 block, return this card to your hand. Nope. Deal 18 damage, 2 weak, 2 vulnerable for a 0-3. I don't think it's really what we're looking for, to be honest with you. It is good, but we already have a better version of this card that, yes, costs more, but the deck is, I mean, it is getting up there in size, but it's thin enough. All right, we get a dude. He's going to upgrade, and I have the worst hand of all time. Hopefully, I can make it a little bit better. I can do this, and then I have a choice here. I can either gain 8 plating, or I can Comet and then Cosmic Indifference. The Comet weakness is probably going to do about as much as the plating, right? So I do this, and then I just put, I guess, Solar Strike back on top of the deck so I can do damage to him. Maybe the draw is better, I don't know. But yeah, he's only going to do 9, so it's no big deal. This is the Royalties, which is very funny. And I don't think we're going to play it. We're going to Solar Strike. We're going to Gather Light so that we can get some defense up. And then we're just going to hit him for... I did realize that this was going to double in damage, so I'm glad I did it this way. We're going to hit him for 42. And then I can take 2 damage to gain 30 gold. Like, honestly... Honestly, it's not worth it, man. It's really not. Like, I have 1,176. I'm not going to be able to spend all of this at the one shop I'm going to anyway, so there's no point to get more unless I get, like, money equals power or something, you know? What are we doing here now? We can deal 6 with Venerate. This is 13. It's not nearly enough, so we're not going to use Black Hole. We just don't have the time for it. Secret Technique might be good. I don't know. We could probably put Black Hole at the top because then maybe next turn it could be playable. I don't know. I think Secret Technique we're going to use just to get a block. Yeah, just so we get another defend, because that way we're full blocking. As weird as that might sound. He already has weak and vulnerable on him, so Know Thy Place doesn't do anything, and it will do something more next turn. So we'll just do this. He will hit us for none damage, and now he's doing 30, which is obviously terrifying, especially when we draw like this. Yeah, this is going to hurt. Okay, that's amazing. And that is unfortunate. But, I mean, that's how this was going to go anyway. Like, every time. But yeah, that is really unfortunate. Yeah, we're going to be taking 22, and I don't really have anything I can do about it. Which is just not great. You have to kill this guy quickly, man. You have to kill him quickly. Know Thy Place. Royal Gamble, gain 9, and then Stardust can kill him. Yeah, I mean, that was just an unfortunate turn. It could have gone worse, so I'm not going to complain too much, but... do damage, 7 damage to all enemies? No. Deal 18 damage to all enemies. Astral Pulse, like, isn't terrible. I'm kind of eyeing it, especially because it's upgrade. I'm like... Yeah... The boss is the door, so Astral Pulse isn't going to do anything. I have to think about the boss, because we're not going to be doing many, like, normal fights unless we just get them randomly. Oh, boy, it's the clearance guy. Whenever you enter a rest site, the next combat will start with an additional mana. Honestly, yeah. If you end your turn without block, gain 3 block, yeah. Start of each combat, heal 1, yeah. Every 5 turns, gain mana, yeah. Upon pickup, raise your max HP by 3. Yeah. I'm just taking everything except your damn carpet. It says that it's for sale, but I honestly don't want to take Snecko Eye to see if I can actually buy the damn carpet. So I'm moving on. I bet you can. Lose 6 HP, gain 52 gold, or add a Clumsy to your deck, obtain a random relic. Let's add a Clumsy because we can remove it at the shop. We don't have much that we want to remove from the shop anyway. Hear a ghastly laughter and plume of fire fills your vision. What do we get? Whenever you enter a rest site, start the next additional combat with... Oh, it's the same as the T set. So we're entering the boss with 3 additional mana, which could be good or could do literally nothing. We'll see. Okay, I mean, this is a setup turn, right? It's not great, but... Stardust, I don't think, is very good here. Foregone conclusion. And just Radiate. Yeah, Stardust definitely isn't good here. I think we're probably going to have to use some of our potions, unfortunately. Let's use a power potion. It's better to use it early. At the start of your turn, draw 1 card and exhaust 1 card from your hand. Every 4 you spend, gain 1. If you play 5 or more cards in a turn, draw 1 card at the start of your next turn. Tyranny is kind of terrifying, man. I don't know if I even like this as a card. But sure. We'll play it. It'll hopefully make our deck a little bit more consistent. We can Venerate here to gain an additional couple, which is good. It's unfortunate we can't play the Neutron Aegis. That would be actually really nice for us right now, but we'll just end turn. Yeah, this is making me a bit worried, I'm not going to lie. 2 cards go into my hand. I have 5, so the answer seems simple. It seems like Royal Gamble and Comet, right? That seems like a good combo right now. Yeah. And we get some defense, which is huge. Choose a card to exhaust. Oh, royalties. That is great exhaust fodder, actually. So, Royal Gamble. We do that. Oh, I should have Secret Technique first. I guess that doesn't really make a difference. We want Know Thy Place so that we can try to have a better chance at killing one of these constructs because they're going to keep buffing themselves. So, let's do this. Let's comment it, which is going to do 49. Brings him down to 4. Cosmic Indifference at the top of the deck. We put... God, if only I could draw, man. If only I had something to draw right now. I mean, we can put Comet. The chance of us being able to play it again next turn are very high. So I think we do that. And then we obviously kill you. I just realized I have 36 defense. Oh my god. I can actually afford to not kill you. And I can do, because they're doing 15. Yeah, they're doing 29. It's not even like a question. So I'm gonna actually use this to hit you because I don't want to overkill you. And then I'll just play a defend. Why not? Okay, I'm feeling a lot better. I don't know how we gained all of that block, but I'm gonna be real with you, but I'm not gonna complain about it. There goes the royalties. Solar Strike you. And then we play... Oh, right, because it's when we spend this. Yeah. We play Glow first. See what we get. Black Hole is honestly kind of nuts. This is going to give us 15 block because of the Child of the Stars. So we can play Black Hole, and then we can play Comet on... If I do it on you, it's 33 damage, and then another... I mean, I guess this only procs once, so it's 3, so it's 36, which doesn't kill you. I gain 15 block. You die, but you're doing 10, 21, so I take 6. I think it's bad for me to just kill you outright and then do that. And then I forgot about the nunchucks. I'm not going to lie. So it definitely would have been better for me to hit you, because then I could have killed the L1 Photon Cut, and then you'd be on less HP. It doesn't matter, though, because you're on 13. So I just put, like, Solar Strike at the top of the deck. Actually, let me check the deck real quick. Do I have an... I don't have enough to generate for Devastate, unfortunately. So let me put Solar Strike up at the top, end turn. And then you do 0 damage. I don't know how we got... I thought this is where we lost the run. I don't know how we got out of this without... I'm also realizing Tyranny is kind of a nuts card without taking any damage, but we somehow made it. And that makes me really confident that we're going to be able to actually beat the boss. Forge 7, nope. Whenever you spend, gain the block. I mean, yeah, but I don't think we need 2. Well, if we do a long fight, if we do have 2 of these active, it could actually be really good. I feel like I'm clogging the deck, but they are powers, so they go away. Go to the campfire here. What are we doing after this? We're going here. Probably... Yeah, we're going here, doing one fight and then moving on with our lives. So I don't think that for one fight we need to heal. So let's Smith. Let's see what we can get here. 11 plating. We haven't had a chance to use this card, but I think this is going to be really good when we fight the boss. Stardust. I mean, it is a lot of damage when it goes off. We just have to use all of our stars, which is the problem, of course, but when it goes off, it is very good. Black Hole as well. I'm realizing that Black Hole might not be the best thing because it only procs once. So it's not great. Radiate could also be good. Because the good thing about Radiate is that it doesn't cost our stars. But Stardust could be a good closer. Like, if we have... Especially if we get extra strength. If we can do this, like, 7 times and we play, like, Venerate... And then 2, of the attacks, which generates 6, and this is 6 times 7. Which is 30... It's not... I mean, it's actually not a lot. It's legitimately not. Yeah, 7 times 6 is not that much. It's only 42 damage, which is still, like, good, but we're doing that same thing off Comet. Like, if we upgrade Comet, and we're doing 5 with this, then... Well, I guess it is how much we have. So if we have, like, 10, then it's... Okay, that is a little bit better if we build up to it. Because if we... Okay, so if we upgrade this, it's 11 extra damage when we play this. If we play this, it's 2. So how many stars do we need for that upgrade to be worth it if we play Stardust? We need 5, right? No, 6. We need 6 for that to be worth it. Over playing Comet. And let's be clear, I mean, we're going to upgrade another card anyway. But let's take Comet and move on. First time you lose HP, each combat gain 3 cards. Sure. Kane, draw 3 cards. It's late. Another chest, when you would die, heal a... Okay, I don't want to call this a 1-run yet. But after that, it's kind of hard for me to not call this a 1-run. Start your 3rd turn, gain 18 block. Start each elite combat with 2 strength. All of these relics do absolutely nothing. Apply 1 weak and vulnerable. Gain 5 dex. The potions I don't think are very good either. Draw 3 cards. Put 1 card from your hand on top of your draw pile. For 1, though, I don't know if I really believe in that. Shining Strike could be great. Deal 8, gain 2, put it on top of the draw. A second common as well. Could be good. Okay, I mean, first things first, we gotta remove, a card from the deck. I mean, the Clumsy in a long fight actually doesn't really make that much of a difference. Because it goes, it's one time where it's a dead draw and then it goes. The Royalties is more of a dead card. Like, let's be real here. That is essentially the same thing, but it stays in the deck. Okay, Captain's Wheel, sure, we can take that. Is this better than anything that we have? Apply 1 weak and vulnerable. I have apply 3 vulnerable in 3 weeks, so I essentially have this, but in 2 potions. 5 regen. I don't think the 5 regen is ever going to come up. Well, maybe it will. It is actually a good deal of HP. It's just over time, but as long as I time it right, it's fine. And I have the extra, the extra 50% HP when I revive, so then I can play the regen potion because of the lizard tail. I don't, like, a second comet might be the wrong idea, but I'm thinking about taking it. I really am. I don't think the Shining Strike is right. I think that we already have so much of this in the deck that we don't need this, and it's just going to dilute the pool. I think I'm going to take a second comet. This is free, and this does happen sometimes, so this could come up. Again, I'm thinking about how it's going to be in a long fight. Elite combats, again, like, don't make any difference whatsoever. Honestly, I kind of like Glimmer so that we can set up for future turns. So that we can, like, recycle cards that we aren't using. And then, you know what? Even though Blood Vow is probably not going to do anything, we don't have any use for the gold anyway. Continue. Again, we don't need to rest right now because we're going to, as long as we don't take damage with the 1 fight we're doing, we gain 25 from the Pentagraph. So what are we doing here? Draw 4, not really interested. Deal 14 damage if we play 5 cards. It's better. Comet, this could be upgraded, which would be nice. Stardust, again, is the same conundrum we had before. Radiate's dealing a little bit. I think that it probably is the Comet. Like, again, this is our win con, so let's just upgrade our win con and move on. We're avoiding every fight. We don't need it. What are you buying? What are you selling? You turn a corner and suddenly a shadowy figure is just standing there. He pivots to face you. Welcome. What are you trading? This is great. Trade a blood vial for a reptile trinket. Whenever you use a potion, gain 3 strength this turn. For at the start of each combat, heal 2. Yes. Trade Nunchaku for potion belt. No. Trade intimidating helmet for sparkling rogue. Whenever you play a card that costs 2 or more, gain 4 block. That, like, never happens, so this card is useless. At the start of your third turn, gain 1 strength and 1 dex. And that just stays, huh? Do we have a single card in the deck that costs 2 or more? No, we don't. We don't have a single card that in the deck that costs 2 or more. The thing is, though, with Reptile Trinket, if we use 1 turn to just gain 9 strength, and then we play Stardust, Stardust is doing 9 times, like, if we make it 10, it's doing, well, it's 5 times 10 plus 9, so it's doing, like, 14. It's doing 140 damage. It's actually not that much, I'm not gonna lie. Because if we get the permanent 1 strength after our 3rd turn, is that going, I mean, we actually don't. We don't have any cards that are doing multiple hits besides Stardust. And that's not really going to do, because, like, oh no, Comet does 45 instead of 44. You know what I mean? Whereas if we get, like, it's only doing 1 extra damage after the 3rd turn. Whereas if we have the Reptile Trinket and we just go boom, boom, boom for 1 turn, boom, 9 strength. If we can use that on a Stardust turn, that's huge. So I think I will end up taking this. I love the little reference there. And then again, like, we don't need to fight the elite, so why would we fight the elite? Why would we do it? Whenever you spend... Yeah. What are we doing here? We could Glimmer. I just realized I have 7. Yeah, let's draw 3. Yeah, let's draw 3. Some are calling it the worst hand of all time. I mean, we're just gonna draw the card back with Glow. So, we are playing Glow, though, 100%. Some are calling it the worst hand of all time. Whenever you spend, gain 3 block for each spent. I mean, honestly, I'm at a point where I'm about to just Stardust and then gain, what, 12? What are they doing? They're doing 10, 24. I don't want to lose 2 max HP. That would be annoying. I should have played Black Hole first. Oh, we get Venerate, which is like... Okay, Comet. There we go. All right, we got something. Some are calling it the best hand of all time. I mean, we're obviously just going to kill you, right? Yeah. That's a gimme. And then we Gather Light, and then that's going to do an additional 3 to everyone. And then instead of doing Stardust, I think that I should have played Royal Gamble. I just realized I kind of got lost in the sauce there. Hopefully it doesn't really make a difference. You're going to get buffed. You're going to get buffed. But we actually made it out of that turn really well, which is shocking. And we don't even need to draw well because we can choose the cards that we get. And I think that the simple answer is we get Solar Strike Devastate. Why are all of them doing damage? It actually does not make a difference at all. It's very funny, by the way, how we didn't draw a single other gain card for Royal Gamble. And that also is going to make Radiate worse. Which actually just has, like, devastating consequences. We do that. No pun intended, by the way. Let's do... I mean, we can do this to gain the extra block, I guess. Yeah, because this is going to do more than a defend, which is the only card I can play, so yeah. Now we get 6 from that. We draw a defend, which does nothing. We kill you because you have the most HP. And then we radiate. It's actually exactly enough that we don't take damage. That's so fucking lucky. Okay, you're dead, and then just big strike. The big strike is doing a lot for us. We've made a lot of really good decisions on this run. I mean, I'm like a third child of the stars. It did come up. It did legitimately come up in this fight. So on a long fight against the door guy, I mean... yeah, I think I do like it. I'm like, I don't hate it. And then we gain all of our HP back from the pentagraph, so there's no reason for us to rest. Gain 3 block. We get Stardust again, potentially. Glimmer could be really nice. It did help us out a lot. Black Hole is also a thing to consider. Venerate is not something to consider. I think we do take the Stardust because now this is our win con, because if we use 3 potions, then we're buffing it by 9. So that's going to make this do 16 times X. So if we can get this like 10 and do 160 with Stardust, that would actually be insane. And on top of that, if we can also put, this does put vulnerable on them. So that would do an extra 50%. So that would do like, what? After, I mean, the 7 would turn to... because of the strength, it would turn to 16, which is an additional 8. So it would turn to 24. So yeah, it would do like 240 damage if we got to 10. So yeah, we're going to do this. It progressively gets better. All right, here we go. We start with 6, which is fantastic. And, you know, he's doing 25 damage to us, which is not fun. Let's start with a Glimmer. As much as I want to say this is a startup turn or a setup turn, it's really not. We also, by the way, have 0 ways to be able to generate stars, which is just hilarious. The common is better, so we're going to put the common at the top. Foregone Conclusion as well is going to allow us to be able to get cards to actually be able to make that work. I can also put the Glimmer on top of the draw pile, which I don't hate the idea of. Child of the Stars gets played. That lets us draw the Glimmer. Oh, and then we can, I didn't even intend this as a combo, but we can play it again. This lets us put something back on the top of the deck, which we don't care about because we're going to play Glow. And then off of Glow, we can play Devastate, which is going to give us some block. And then we can Radiate to do additional damage, and now we're still taking damage, but it's not nearly that bad. And then we drew 3 because we got damaged. Know Thy Place, which might not be the best thing, but I needed to play that first because it actually doesn't count until after I play it, which is really annoying. I don't even know what we can get from Secret Technique, but I'm going to play it anyway because whatever it is, it can only be good, right? Venerate, sure. I don't even know if I'm going to play that. I am going to play it, actually. We get a draw. We play that. And then we Solar Strike here. And then we... Photon Cut, I guess. We draw 2. Put 1 on top. I'm going to put the common on top so we can hopefully use it next turn. And taking 22 here doesn't feel great, but again, like, health is kind of no object right now, and I don't want to, like, I need to use all my big burst damage on the door guy, so I don't want to use that now. I will take the 19. It's not great, but it's fine. It's fine. This is, again, some are calling it the worst turn of all time. Thankfully, we're not, because it's our 3rd turn, we're not going to take any damage from this, so we can legitimately use this as a setup turn. Never mind, we have Gather Light. Child of Stars. Gather Light. Royal Gamble. Just to put it in the reserve. Solar Strike. Get an extra couple. He goes down the 4. I'm not using Comet because, again, we want to save our burst damage for the guy that comes out the door. There's no reason. See, there was no reason to play the card. Play a Glimmer here. See what we get. We get a Secret Technique. which could be really good. Let's put a defend back on top, I suppose. Let's secret technique here. And what are we going to get? We're going to get... I suppose we can get a know thy place. So that we can do a little bit more here with this ultimate strike. And then... I think what we do is we play the Cosmic Indifference so we can more easily draw into our Comet on the next turn. We could also Venerate. Because right now, with our starter, I mean, how much HP does he have? He has 468. So if we are able to, if we can get Comet and Stardust, we can play Comet and then give him the weak and everything. And then if we, yeah, that seems also like a really good play. But it's probably bad for us to be able to get the draw 3. So that, again, we can more consistently be able to actually get into. He remembers me? And we did draw it. We did draw Stardust and Comet, which is crazy. I'm going to start with Photon Cut here because everything we're playing is free. I should have played all my potions because this is our burst turn, so I did lose out on a bunch of damage there, which is sad. Let's put this back on top, and I'm going to apply the vulnerable. I'm going to apply the weak, and I'm going to drink the regen, so I get all of this extra strength. Again, should have done it first. My bad. I'm going to play the Glimmer, so hopefully we can draw something that gives us a little bit more. It does. Is it worth it, though? It's an extra 16. I don't know if it is. I don't know if it is over the strike is what I'm trying to say. Let's start with the Comet, though. This is going to do 79. And put more weakness on him. This is going to do 24 times 6. It is more than the strike, so I will do this to gain 1. 24 times 7. And that worked out very well. And he still has the vulnerable and weak. Now, he's gonna go away next turn, which means that's gonna wear off. But we done so much damage to him that it doesn't matter. It is worth it. Start with Glow. See what we get. We get Devastate. Unfortunately, we don't have the ability to play it. Same with the Comet. So we just do this. We gain the block, and then we Radiate while we have the chance to deal the damage to him, and then we just pass. Yeah, I mean, that was really good, right? We took a lot of damage, but again, we have Lizard Tail to bring us back with Hassle. That's when we can start worrying. He's already on a quarter HP. We've done good to set up, and we're looking good right now, man. Let's do this. Let's play the Comet so that we can make him weak and make him vulnerable. We go back up to 3, and our next attack is going to do double damage. That's something to keep in mind. I wish that we were able to get that along with everything else that we had going on, but it didn't work out that way. I think it's fine. So we want to obviously be able to do as much damage as possible because we're doing double damage. So if we can get Stardust to work, this is going to do... If we can get Stardust and we can get, like, maybe a Venerate, that could be good. Because we can't play Comet. We just don't have the ability to unless we get super lucky. But maybe what we can do is we can give ourselves the best chance of being able to play Comet by taking a Venerate and taking a Glow. Maybe that's the play. See, because now we get, well, I guess we're going to have to play Solar Strike, so that the double damage is kind of a moot point. But we do this, and then we Venerate, and then this is 40, and then this is 53. Oh, it's so close. It's so close. Oh, no. Because we have... Yeah. My bad. I forgot. And he retains the debuffs. I didn't know that. We will put... What do we have in deck? We have no way of being able to generate anything. So I'd say then, because of that, let's put the Glimmer on top so we can try drawing through the deck. And then, can we do anything with Secret Technique? We can actually play Radiate. Oh, wait, no, Radiate's an attack. I'm stupid. I mean, we can play Know Thy Place just to stall for a bit. It does a bit of extra damage. He's on 100. What are you still doing here? I'm just hanging out, man. I'm just having a good time winning my first Regent run. It's great, dude. Start with Glimmer. Again, thinning the deck here. Put one on top. I mean, what's our turn? Our turn is Ultimate Strike. Maybe just Ultimate Strike, Normal Strike. I mean, that actually might be our turn. We might just take the 27 and be like, whatever. We could also do that and Cosmic Indifference to put something on top so that we can use Stardust. And if that's the case, yeah, I mean, we probably want Stardust on top no matter what. We're never going to be able to use it this turn, so. We're always doing this for 21, and then we can either do 13 now, or we can Cosmic Indifference to block some of this so we're only taking 21. Or we can Gather Light. But we could do that. We could put a Solar Strike on top of the deck, so we're getting not. Yeah. That seems like the right play. Do this. Put a Solar Strike on top, so we're doing 9 plus the bonus because of the weakness. Ow. And we're at a real chance of dying here, but again, we come back at 50% HP with Lizard Tail, so we don't have to worry about that too much. So we play the Solar Strike. Unfortunately, some are saying that's the worst hand of all time. We play these, we do that for 8, and then this is going to be 20 damage, and then the next time he comes back, he should just die, hopefully. The problem I have is with the door if we spend all of our Stardust, but you know what? This is going to, I think, he's at 8, actually. This is going to put us at the best chance of winning. We're not dead. We do have to deal with this, which is doing a lot of damage and is probably going to kill us, but I think that we have enough that we are going to be able to make it out of here. So we do that. You would die. We do this, we play the Radiate here. And then we die from this attack, but then we come back at 39. He is doing 42 damage to us right now. We have Secret Technique. We have to be very careful here. He has no weakness or vulnerable. So, okay, what are we doing this turn? If we play 8, 13 block, I mean, that's enough that we don't die. It's either Know Thy Place or Gather Light. It's one of the two. The Gather Light helps us potentially in a future turn, and it gives us block. So I think we do that just to mitigate the bleeding a little bit, and then we do a 28. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it's actually looking really rough right now to a point where I am getting nervous. We have to Glimmer. We do get Comet. Do I die? Play this. 8 block. This is 66 damage. I could also gain 8 plating. Yeah. If I do this, then I am at 20 HP, which means that I'm alive by exactly 1, right? I'm my own, like, basic elementary math is failing me, but this is 20. He's doing 19. I'm alive with 1. I do 66, and then I gain 2. He's on 3. I got 48 because of the Child of Stars. Oh, thank God. Okay. So he just dies to tick damage, basically. And then Photon Cut, we did it with 1 HP. Oh my god, we won a Genesis run. Holy fucking shit, dude. Oh my god. I have arrived. You there, commoner. Is this the top? I need quiet. I'll teach you some manners. Blah, 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 blah. Oh my god, dude, like at the merchant at the end, the avoiding the puddle sound alert actually saved our ass. The lizard tail won us the game. Like legitimately, the lizard tail is the only reason why we won. That was so damn close. The lizard tail and the reptile trinket. If we didn't burst him down with our potion set, we would have lost, just straight up. And we almost did get punished for not using the potions first, because we ended the turn with 8 HP, and when the door closed, he almost killed us. We came within 1 HP, I mean 12, but it didn't matter. Like, not using the potions first for the strength and not committing to it did make a huge difference. But we won it. We won it just barely. And I think that I've learned a lot about the Regent now. He is definitely a start modest and work your way up kind of thing, instead of just going all in. And you have to be very careful of your whatchamacallit, your the cards that you have in your deck with stars, because you can't overload your deck with them. You have to keep a very fine balance, and I'm still not sure what that balance is yet. I'm sure that there is going to be a point where there is a specific mathematical perfect amount of like what cards, like how much you want to be generating every time you shuffle the deck, but we got there in the end, thank God. The ancient trees are not all the same. Each individual tree is shaped by its surroundings. Some are stout and bushy, while others are gnarled and knotted. When fully mature, a manifestation of its immense power is born within an ancient. Every 5 cards you add to your deck heal 15 HP. That, like, see, this is the odd thing, too. Now with this relic, I could definitely see this kind of run happening, because if you're healing 15 HP with that, it makes that kind of thing actually viable. Energy is now conserved between turns. Okay. Every time you play 3 attacks in a single turn, deal 6 damage to your random enemy. That's all right. Nice. Nope, did not mean to click on that one. Deadly monsters have begun to trickle out of the Spire, and increasing prey ever since the doors have reopened. Brave warriors, explorers, and mercenaries have been sent in, but few make progress. Even fewer make it back alive. The Regent learns of this dismay and takes it upon himself to become the hero that Prion needs. I enter. It's very confident. Start each turn, forge 10. See, for every 10 spent, gain 10 block. At the end of your turn, gain 1. See, like this is the problem, I guess, with playing Regent at first when you don't have any of this unlocked. If you have these relics, then that makes it work. But if you don't have Lunar Pastry, how the hell are you supposed to make stars work? And you can't. You have to start really small. Defeat? Me? The Regent of Steris does not know defeat. The strange man atop this tower must be defeated by me and only me. The Regent devises a royally brilliant plan to become stronger. To immortalize this is etched into a nearby stone. Try harder. Gain 3. Add 3 upgrade colorless cards to your hand. Forge 15. Cool. And now we got the Ascension difficulty. And now, the last one that I need to do is the Necromancer. Last one before I start being able to do Ascension 1. Like, it's funny, like Ascension 1 Elite spawn more often. Honestly, that seems like a benefit, right? Am I crazy? I feel like Elite spawning more often is actually good, because a lot of the basic enemies, as I've been saying, can be stronger than Elites. So, anyway, I think that's going to do it for me. I'm out of here. I'm ending this like I'm ending a live stream, but this was just a recording of Slay the Spire. So, yeah, that was fun. This game's great. See ya.